there, my name is Kathy. Thank you for coming to my channel, Crafty Kathy. If this is the first time that you've ever been to my channel, welcome. I am so glad that you stopped in to check me out. And if you're returning, you guys know I love you from the bottom of my heart. Here on my channel, I do budget-friendly DIYs. I do thrift flips, hauls, and upcycles for resale. And if all that sounds good to you, I would hope that you would stick around and subscribe and become a part of our little fast-growing channel here on YouTube. The way I look at it is if you come and spend 30 minutes with me, I want you to leave with some good DIY inspiration and leave just a little bit more happier and upbeat than when you came. Now, with all that being said, let's talk about what I've been working on this week. I've been doing a collab with some wonderful ladies, and I'm going to talk about them in just a little bit, but I had to do 5 DIYs under $5. Do you think I could do it? I surely did, and I want y'all to see it. It's all Dollar Tree, and I think y'all are going to love it. But you know we have to sing our silly little theme song first before we get started, because if not, the executive producer will get me and it'll be coitins for me. So, are y'all ready? All right, guys, this is the executive producer. For those of you who don't know him, his name is Sebastian Santiago, but on the street he goes by Sabby. Now, are you ready for our silly little theme song? Here on our channel, we got love and laughs and DIYs. 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 Yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo, baby. Yeah. Was that good enough for you, sir? Okay, I'll try harder next time. He is relentless. DIY number 1, we're going to make a beautiful sign out of a plastic placemat and a piece of foam core board. So I take my foam core board and I cut it out the shape that I need it. I want it to hang over just a little bit from the placemat. I've got some 5-gallon stir sticks that I picked up at Lowe's, and it's only going to take 4 of these. I've already cut them down with my circular saw to the size that I wanted, so it will fit right over the top of this. All I'm going to do is take these and stain them with my Waverly's Antique Wax. I'm going to rub it on with my paintbrush and wipe it right back off with a baby wipe. When I finish staining, I take my placemat and I'm going to hot glue it down just on the sides to the foam core board. I don't want to glue it all over the back because I don't want it to like melt or, you know, make a mess or it show or anything. So I just did it simply on the sides. Once I get the placemat glued down, I'm going to place my sticks in the order that I want them on here. I'm not going to cover the whole placemat. We're actually going to cut just a little bit of the sides of it off. Now, I'm going to start to glue everything on. This placemat came from Dollar Tree last year, but I just about bet it's going to come back again this year. So just keep your eyes peeled because it's really pretty. I used my finger sander to sand down a couple of little rough spots that I had forgotten to sand before I glued it. And then I'm going to just take my rotary cutter, which I absolutely love this thing. It's going to cut right through that foam core board. It's also going to cut through that placemat and give me the precise cut that I need. There was a couple of little spots that I had to shape up with the scissors, but it was no big deal. It cut off very easily and voila, there we go. I've got 4 regular white thumbtacks because I think the white looked better, and I popped the little sharp edge off except for a tiny little bit, and it was just enough to stick right in there, and I think this gave it a little extra something. I've got a few of those little wooden leaves that I purchased at Amazon last year. I'm going to link those in the description box below in case you want some. They come in a pack of like 50. And I really have been using these for my fall DIYs. I think they're precious and they add just a little touch at the end. I've got King's Gold, which is that yellowy color I just showed. It's by Folk Art. I painted a couple of my leaves that yellow color and a couple of them that orange pumpkin-y color from Folk Art. And that's it, guys. That's all I had to do. Can you believe it? This project is finished and I put a little hanger on the back. This is beautiful and easy and came in at around $2, y'all. DIY number 2. Before I start the DIY, I just want y'all to see this beautiful paper and stickers that I purchased at Amazon the other day. It's called Fall Break, and I will link it below because I know a lot of y'all are going to want it. And this cardstock was like very thick, and look at the different colors and fabric. I think it was around $10 for the pack, maybe 12, but totally worth it. This was something I was very happy with, and this will be great for all my fall projects that I use cardstock for. I won't have to run to Hobby Lobby. I took one of those pumpkins, the ones from Dollar Tree that says thankful and blessed, and we're going to do the cardstock on both sides of this. And first of all, I just got that leaf off of the front because I can always use it for a later DIY. And when I picked the 2 pieces of paper that I wanted, I just put my glue stick all over the front, and we're going to place the piece of paper down on that and press. Then I flipped my paper over and I got my little finger exacto knife, and I'm just going to cut out around the pumpkin, and this thing is very nice. I like the way that it cuts, so it's going to cut that paper right off of there, and that's the back side done. Then when I finish with that side, I'm going to flip it over and do the exact same thing on this side. Look at this truck pattern, how beautiful this is, y'all. I just do my glue stick all over my pumpkin really good, and the paper sticks down on there. With this, you don't have to worry about any bubbles, any creases, or wrinkles or anything like that. And I love using the glue stick method. I think it's so much easier. I cut around my pumpkin with my little exacto knife and just pull the paper right off of there. Then I use my little finger sander to get any little stray areas that may be, but honestly, it was just 1 or 2 tiny little pieces. It wasn't much at all. And if you just sand it off like this, it goes off perfectly. There will be no rips or tears or anything like that. It's just a perfect edge. I take my Waverly Antique Wax. I painted the stems of both sides of the pumpkins. I'm going to go all around the sides of the pumpkins. Don't forget your sides. And then I'm going to take my little distressing brush and I'm going to distress all the way around the edges of both sides of my pumpkin. I have seen these all over Facebook. It's the little pumpkins that have 2 sides where you can flip it around and use either side. And I love the way these look. I take one of those little gather signs from Dollar Tree and I popped the front of it off, and I'm going to use my antique wax again to go all the way around the inside edges and all around the sides of my little gather tray. Then I wipe off the excess with a baby wipe, and I am going to paint the bottom part of the tray with Truffle by Waverly. Then I'm going to take the color Mineral by Waverly, and I'm going to use this to distress all the way around this little tray. And I just think that this color is beautiful when you distress it. That truffle color with the mineral, I think it's so pretty and it really stands out. And I just love the way it looks. And I'm also going to distress that word Gather really well. Then I take that small crate that comes from the Dollar Tree that has the stars on the side of it, and I'm going to put my Waverly Antique Wax all over it with my paintbrush and then just wipe the excess off with a baby wipe. On one side, we are going to put this crate. On the other side, we are going to use that sign that came from the Gather as a small tray. I take the Waverly chalk paint in Mineral, and we are going to distress this little crate with that. I also use Mineral to distress the stems of my little pumpkins on both sides. I'm going to take my little tray that I got from the Gather sign, and I'm going to glue that to the very front of the plaid side of my pumpkin. Then I take that small wooden crate and I'm going to glue it to the opposite side where my red trucks are on that pumpkin. And I glue my Gather sign on the plaid side. On the plaid side of the pumpkin, I put down some Spanish moss in the bed, and I also laid down some little leaves from the Dollar Tree. And look at these adorable little apples I got off of Amazon. I'm going to link those below. Also, I staged it with one of my little milk crates or milk cartons. Milk jugs, that's the word I'm looking for. And I put a little bit of fall florals that I got from Amazon, and that's that side completed. On the little truck side, I put down some of the Spanish moss and a couple of little pumpkins and those little orbs that come from Dollar Tree and some more of the little fall leaves. And I think this is adorable. On one side, we have little pumpkins. On the other side, we have beautiful little apples. Nothing screams fall more to me than apples and pumpkins. And now we're going to make a messy bow. I took 4 of the different ribbons that came from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to cut them in about 4-inch sections, and I am going to cut them right down the middle because I don't want a big, thick, messy bow. I want it to be just a little bit thinner, so I just cut them in half. I also have some of the very thin 1-inch ribbon that comes from the Dollar Tree, about 3 different ones, and I cut that in about 4-inch sections also. And all you do is make an X, and then you're going to place one sideways and then another X and then place one sideways, and that's how you make your messy bow. Then I'm going to take my zip tie, go right around the middle and pull it very tightly, and then cut the excess of the little zip tie off in the back. And that's my messy bow. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side where I make an X and then I lay down straight across. And I just keep going until I run out of ribbon, guys. And then I'm going to take a piece of the red and white plaid and I just kind of wrapped it around that zip tie, and I tied my zip tie, and that's going to be the other side. I'm going to have one messy bow on each side of the pumpkins. Then I just glued that on, and guys, this turned out so cute. You can flip it around and use it either way. I had forgotten too that off camera that I took my 2 buttons right there in the center of my bow. I like to put a big button right in the center and then a smaller one right over that. I think that's cute on any bow. It just adds a little extra something. The hard part is figuring out which side you like best. I can't decide, guys. I think I probably like this side better just because I'm a big fan of the little red truck, and it's got pumpkins in the back of it, and then I stuck the pumpkins inside the little crate, and I think this is just adorable. I also took a couple of those little acorns that comes in the pack from Dollar Tree and throwed those in the little crate, and I also stuck one in the center of the bow on this side. I'm just so in love with this paper. I think it's beautiful. And there's the little acorn. Before we go any further, let me introduce you to our awesome host. We've got Missy from Crafty Cove and Emily from Farm Charm Chic. Those are the ladies on each side, and in the middle we have this special guest host for this month. Her name is Shannon from Shannon's Crafty DIYs. I love these ladies. Each one has an awesome channel. I want you to go check them out when you finish with my video. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that little red subscribe button and that bell, and hit the word all so you can see all my videos when they come out. We would love to have you. But for now, let's jump on into DIY number 3. Okay, so I told a fib, but not on purpose. This is one that is not from Dollar Tree. This is going to be one that I got from the thrift store. So I just printed out on my computer. I looked up the Google free printable, and this just says pumpkins. It's a little red wagon that says radio flyer, and it's got pumpkins in it. And I absolutely loved this, so I'm going to cut this out. I have had this vase forever. My husband got it for me at Goodwill for $1.99, and it's orange. And when I looked at it, I thought, man, this is my perfect opportunity to use it for fall. So what I'm going to do is just take this and Mod Podge this picture with these pumpkins and this little red wagon right to the front of my vase. Now, there's one bit of advice that I need to give you. When you print something off of your computer, you need to let it dry. I let this dry for probably at least 4 hours before I fooled with it, because it takes a little while for that ink to dry, or else that Mod Podge will make the colors run, and you don't want that. Now, there was already some type of a film over this vase where whoever painted it, you know, had put something on it already, like a glaze. So I just wiped off any excess Mod Podge with a baby wipe. I did put the word pumpkins on the top of my vase, but I ended up taking it off because I didn't like it. I just put some of my Spanish moss down in there, and later I added some of those cute little LED lights from Dollar Tree that are the leaves. It's so cute. And I've got a little variety of flowers that I got from Dollar Tree, and there's a couple in there that I got off of Amazon, and I will link all those below that I did get from Amazon. I love the oranges and the maroon color for fall and that beautiful yellow color. So I just put a little bit of a mixture in there. I stuck one of those little Dollar Tree scarecrows in there. I stuck one of those little white pumpkins that comes from Dollar Tree in there. And I also put one of my little tiny apples on a skewer and stuck it in there. And it was so cute. And that's all I did, you guys. And look how cute this is. I turned the lights down, or I dimmed them so that you could see those beautiful little leaf lights that are inside. I just think this is so sweet. Oh, I forgot. I had taken one of my stickers that came off of that paper, that pack of paper that I got from Amazon, and I took the word autumn and I replaced that where I had put pumpkins on there. It just didn't look right, but the autumn looked perfect, y'all. And look how sweet with that little pumpkin scarecrow and my teeny weeny apples. It's so cute. So this one was the one that probably came the closest to my $5 limit because it was $1.99 for my vase. And then if you count my florals from Dollar Tree and some from Amazon, I would say we came in right at $5 for this one. We're already moving to number 4, y'all. We are cruising. So on this one, I wanted to try something totally different than I've ever done before. Purple is becoming a very favorite color of mine for this fall. And so I'm just taking one of these Dollar Tree pumpkins, and Plaid had sent me some beautiful paint that's called Dragonfly. And it's the type and color shift. There's 2 different ones they sent me. And this paint is the type of paint that when you hold it up and move it around, it changes colors. So I mixed a pink color with a black and gold color, and it came out this beautiful dark purple color. And I was like, I have to use this color. And when you move the color around, it was the pinky color. And then I also am going to highlight it with that pink color so you can see how beautiful this is. So on this one, I really took my time. I went slow. I painted. I enjoyed the process. And I just fooled around with it to see what colors I could come up with. I was amazed at this color. And normally, I'm not one that likes the metallic-y or the glittery or anything like that. But y'all, this paint blew me away. It's called Color Shift. Just by mixing that black with that pink, it made that beautiful purple color. And then I'm going to take just the pink by itself, and I'm going to just do like a little outline. And just to kind of highlight it, you know what I mean? Because I was just playing around. I had no rhyme or reason to what I was doing. I thought, you know what? If I totally mess this up, I can always toss it. But I did not mess it up, y'all. I was so happy with this. It was something different. And this is where I'm outlining with the black. And the black has like little gold flecks in it. So when you move it around, you can see the gold. And this is where I mix the 2 colors up again and get that purpley color. I just kind of was playing around and going over it with those 3 different colors. And I really, really liked the outcome. When I was finished, I took my DIY white wax and I wiped it all over this pumpkin, and then I wiped it off just to give it a little something else, just to see what was going to happen. And guys, it was like magic happening before my eyes. I absolutely love when you have those little unexpected happy things like that happen in crafting. And I have this word thankful that came off of something else that came from the Dollar Tree. I don't remember. And so I went over it with a little bit of my black, and I'm just going to place that on my pumpkin. So I took this Color Shift again, and I wasn't sure what I was going to use at this point, but I took the purple one called Purple Haze, and I've got this cute little owl that I had bought in a pack of about 8 at Hobby Lobby a long time ago, and fall is the perfect time to use these. So I'm going to color him with my Purple Haze. And I glued him right underneath the thankful on my pumpkin. And I didn't really like the brightness of that purple, so I toned it down a little bit with that black gold color from Color Shift. I'm going to take one of those big wooden tags that come from the Dollar Tree, and this is called Marquee Love. I got this for 99 cents at Discovery Outlet, and I'm going to use this to go over the back of my tag sign. I used my Elmer's glue stick again and did the exact same thing that I had done earlier. I put it all over the paper and laid it down on the sign, and I did this on both sides, by the way. I cut off any excess with my scissors, and then I just took my little pumpkin sign, and I'm going to place him right in the center of the tag. And then I took my little finger sander and straightened up any rough edges that I had. I took a piece off of that child size hula skirt, which is what I'm using for raffia because I think it's a lot easier. And I wound it around my hand about 5 times and just pinched it in the middle to create a bow. Then I just take the scissors and cut all the loops right in the middle. And I kind of use my fingers to fan it out and flip it out. And it creates almost like a little messy bow, which I love to make these kind of bows. I think they are so cute and they're so easy. After I cut all the loops and got it the way that I wanted it, I just glued that to the stem. And then I'm going to take that little purple and white baker's twine that comes from the Dollar Tree. I go around my hand about 6 times, just like I did the raffia bow, and I pinch it in the middle, and then I tie it together with that purple and white, the same string, and I'm going to place this right in the middle of my little messy bow. It's so cute. I love to do this on my crafts. And then I'm going to do a solo wood flower, which I'm going to stick under the bottom, and I put one little purple button at the top, and then I made a hole in the very top of my little tag, and I'm going to go in and tie a loop with that white nautical rope. And I tied it up and put it on the door, and I think that this is adorable. It's very different, very cute. And I just absolutely love the raffia bow with that purple and white baker's twine and that cute little button right in the middle. What a way to top it off. And of course, a solo wood flower. Can you guys believe that we are already at DIY number 5? Here we are at the end, guys, and you know how I hate to leave y'all. But I'm so happy that I got to do this collab with my buddies. This one is super simple. I got one of these little plaques from the Dollar General, actually, and it was just $1. It says, "Wish upon a star." I'm going to use some of this cardstock that I got from Hobby Lobby, and it looks like wood, and I just pressed down on that little plaque to make the indentation, and that's how I knew how to cut it. So I cut my little piece out, and I'm going to use my Elmer's glue stick and go right down on the back of that paper and pop her down on there. I just left the other side alone, and that way I could use either side as I wanted. And then I took my finger sander and I go over and clean up any rough edges that there may be. Then I took one of the little pumpkins. It comes in like a 5 or 6 pack from the Dollar Tree, and we're going to paint this orange. I don't like the bright orange, so I mix black with another color of orange. I'm sorry, I don't have the name, but it's made by Folk Art, and the word pumpkin is in the name of it. And I just take just a drop of black, and I mixed it up to get a darker orange color. I got the perfect pumpkin shade when I mixed 1 drop of black with that orange color. It made a darker orange. And so I just gave 1 good coat to my pumpkin. And then when I was finished, I hit it with the craft dryer to dry it completely. And I have one of these little chalk writer pens that comes from the Dollar Tree. And I just played around with that. And I made like the little shadows on the pumpkin. I really just took my time and enjoyed the process and played around with it. Guys, I hope y'all had a good, blessed week this week. And I hope that everybody's doing good. And just remember, if y'all need any kind of prayer or anything, just leave it either in my email or down below. You can get me on Instagram. You can get me several different ways. So if y'all have any prayer requests, please leave those for me and I will pray for you. I took my black Arteza marker and I just wrote the word, "Hey, Punkin." And I'm not the best at writing anything, trust me, but I want to try a little bit more using my handwriting and work at it to see if I can kind of hone in on that skill, you know. And my Arteza ran out, so I had to use one of those painter's brand that comes from Walmart. I took the truffle color by Waverly and I painted the stem the brown. I took a few more of my little leaves and I painted them brown. And then I'm just going to glue those and glue my pumpkin to my little sign here. I took one of the little raffia bows that came off of one of these other projects, and I'm going to stick that to the top of my pumpkin. Then I'm going to take 2 buttons and put those right in the center of my little raffia bow like I did before. I just think this is the sweetest and cutest little addition to your bows. I felt like it was still missing something, so I took a couple of these little fall leaves from a Dollar Tree sprig, and I'm going to tape those to the back of this. I didn't glue it because that way I can still use that other side when I need to. And that's all I did. Look how cute this is. Very simple, very cute. Just a small little plaque. I hope you liked my Pumpkin Fest video. Here's a quick little picture of just everything all together. And then I'm going to show you the little clip of the girls. Birds of a feather. All right. Watch them. They want to hurry up and get to the bag before the other one does. Watch this. They're just watching everywhere my hand goes. Loretta, darling. All right, girls. You know it's hard to open this one-handed. Hold on. Let me put the thing down. All right. Who's getting them first? Penny. Penny just attacked me. Penny like hit me hard. Here, girls. I got you right here. Ow, Penny, you got my finger. Y'all are like sharks, man. You're not chickens, you're sharks. Here, I'll throw them out there and y'all go get them. You're not pecking me again. Oh, look, coming up the hill. Oh, are we not going to be shy today? Come on, I got you. Don't run from it. You're so silly. She's so weird. She's been my chicken for a long time, and you would think by now she would know that, you know, she's safe with me. I'm not going to hurt her, but I'll throw food out, and she even flinches and runs from that. It's so strange. I guess it's just strange because all my other chickens I've raised from babies, and they don't act that way because they know they're safe with me. Now see how they're mean to her? I don't know if you've seen that, but Loretta went over there and bullied her way like, get out of here, this is my food. And they do that to her because she's shy and she's backward, and it's like they know it. It's so weird. They act like high school kids. Or see, look, did you see Loretta do that? See, look. Loretta, I will not give you any more mealworms if you keep doing her that way. You know those kids in junior high and stuff that are like the shy ones and they hate it because people are mean to them and stuff? That is the exact same situation with that black chicken, and it makes these other ones even more savage to her. It's crazy. Here, baby. But I always like the underdogs. So look at Loretta go over there and get hers when she's got a big old pile of them. Loretta, I will put your tail up, girl. Now, I don't like that at all. I'll put Loretta's tail up. That's exactly what I'll do. See, watch. This is how I trick Loretta, though. I give her food right here so she's got her mind on it. Now, watch. As soon as I throw out 2 worms over there to them, she gets over there. Loretta. She acts like she's never had food. You know she's poor. She was raised a coal miner's daughter.
Oh, you're so funny.
Oh, I love it when my mommy pets me. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, use that. Yes, use that right there. Yes, hey, that thing right there. Yes, touch me with that under my... No, wait a minute, Mom. Okay, yes, there. Hey, Mom, use this thing. Okay. Yes. On my belly, please. Please, on my belly. Oh, I love you, Mommy. I love for you to pinch my fat mommy. Hey, wait a minute. I'm the executive producer and there you go. Grab all that fat, Mommy. Yes, I love you. Hey, wait a minute. You're making me so sleepy. Is this cute? If this is cute, pet me. Okay, I thought so. Yes, use that. Mom, open that hand. Okay. All right, like that. Yes, I love my ears to be scratched. Yes, Mom, yes. Mom, stop squishing my fat face. Use this thing right here to pet me. Mom. Wow. Is this how you treat an executive producer? Oh, Mom, you're putting me to sleep. Use this. Open it up.